All right. Hey, good morning, everyone. Russ McCann coming to you live on your weekly focus, our weekly time together. If you're with me live, will you do me a favor and will you drop a comment in the comment below so that I know who you are and where you're coming in from? We've got a couple of people with us live already this morning. Good morning. Cheers. Hopefully you've got a great start to the day. And there is my lovely wife. She says she's here somewhere in Natomas, California. Yeah, Denise is doing her deed today, helping out my daughter. My daughter is going in for dental surgery this morning, and it's quite the ordeal for sure. And so Denise drove to Natomas, which is North Sacramento, California, for those of you that are new to the area, and so she put the directions into ways that, honey, it sounds like you got there all right. So good morning to my lovely wife. So always love it when Denise gets to be a part of our live this morning. And just so you know, this live stream is going out into 3 places. You can find us over in YouTube at youtube.com/@RussMcCann. It's also streaming live in my personal Facebook group. Hey, everybody in Facebook. And it goes to our business Facebook page called Your Weekly Focus. And you can find that over on Facebook as well. So super excited. I don't know about you. We've got kind of a new look and feel this morning. We kind of changed up our color scheme and brightening up our logo a little bit. It actually started because I was looking for a really great intro for today's topic. I'm going to go back to the title slide because I think that's what really got me started this morning. So this color scheme, this is our topic, turning your body into a fat burning machine. Because I know this time of the year, so many people are focused on losing weight, getting healthy, going to the gym, becoming more physically active. These are all part of the New Year's resolutions. And we've been talking about the first part of the year have been around goal setting and about really establishing those goals. And I thought, you know what, here it is, the 24th of January, and I haven't even talked about the details of nutrition. And so we're going to do that this morning. We're going to talk about turning your body into a fat burning machine. And Denise, thank you so much. Yes, I'm wearing Denise's favorite black t-shirt. She says she loves this shirt on me. And since I was kind of changing up the scheme, Denise, a little black and orange, I thought, well, I probably need to blend in with the new branding. So I actually ironed. Does anybody out there iron their t-shirts? I actually ironed my t-shirt so that you didn't see any wrinkles, like you could see wrinkles on a black t-shirt on a video. So anyway, well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to your weekly focus. We go live every Friday at 10 o'clock, and it's just a great time for us to come together and spend a few minutes focusing on those things that really matter most to you. It's kind of a quote that I live by: organize your life around the things that matter most to you. And usually that is around being happy, about being healthy, about being financially sound. It's about many of the things that we talk about here on the Weekly Focus. And it's really the cycle of health when you think about it, because we want to be physically active, we want to eat right, we want to hydrate, we want to get a good night's sleep, we want to have energy to get through the day, we want to have a good, positive, healthy mindset. And so this cycle of health is really kind of the framework of what we talk about in our Weekly Focus live podcast. So if you're with me live, I'd love to see your comments, where you're coming in from, and be interactive with me today, because I always love that when we get a chance to interact with each other. So it's not just a one-way, me preaching and teaching, right? So you get to ask questions and you get to make comments, and always love it when people are with us. Oh, and before we get totally entrenched in our topic this morning, I wanted to remind you, if you are coming in via podcast over on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe, because that way, anytime we go live, you get notified of that. And there are some great resources and other videos. This is episode 72, 72 in your weekly focus. It wasn't really called your weekly focus at the very beginning. In fact, I think the title of our podcast was "What the Heck is Going On?" And I thought, well, we probably need to be a little more structured with that. So needless to say, feel free to use all of the tools and resources that we put together. I love making sure that you have everything you need to be successful. We have goal sheet trackers. We have structural tension charts, which we've talked about in some earlier podcasts. And feel free to download any of those resources, and we'll talk about that towards the end. So we're going to talk about how do you lose belly fat, turn your body into a fat-burning machine. This is kind of the great controversy, don't you think? Is how can I lose weight without dieting, without exercise, without changing my habits, without doing anything different than I'm doing? How can I burn fat? The answer is you can't burn fat and do those things. You actually have to do something to get your body into what we call fat burn, which is where your body flips over to, instead of storing fat, it begins to burn it. And it burns it for energy. That's what gets us going, right? So I wanted to just I'm going to do a little teaching this morning. And I don't usually go into teaching mode, but I want to just make sure that you understand. Denise and I, we have been coaching. We've been health coaches now for over 18 years. I think, we're working on our 18th year. It'll be 18 years this coming July. And it all started because I spent a lot of years in the restaurant industry, 35 to be exact. And I ran restaurants. In fact, I started as a dishwasher. In my career, I became a vice president with Cisco Food Service, to all my friends out there in Cisco. And at Cisco Food Service, we sold food to restaurants, hospitals, hotels, anywhere where you see food being sold, Cisco's selling food. And so I was a vice president of national accounts, sold and wrote contracts and sold food to all the chain restaurants. So the reason why I bring that up is so many of us, we know what to do, right? We do. We know how to eat right. The problem is in our obesogenic atmosphere. Oh, there's my alarm saying I better be live. In our obesogenic lifestyle, I mean, there's restaurants on every corner. There's a Starbucks. They're like stacked on top of each other, right? And when you think about this modern lifestyle, what happens is in this modern lifestyle, we grab an orange juice or a coffee, a latte, and then what happens is our insulin level it begins to become irregular because our blood sugars are going up and down as we're eating all these sugary foods. Our body's trying to figure out what to do with it. And so our insulin level spikes, and then guess what? The insulin level spike tends to cause a blood sugar drop about an hour later. And when the blood sugars drop, then, we eat something. So we have a bagel, and then, of course, with cream cheese and lox on cream cheese, right? And then our insulin level, begins to regulate, and our blood sugar spikes. So we begin to see this up and down cycle of our blood sugars and insulin level. And when our body is in this dramatic swing of blood sugars and insulin levels where our insulin is not regulated throughout the course of the day, this is when our body stores that fat for energy. In fact, many people that have this kind of up and down going on with their blood sugars and insulin level are often diabetic or pre-diabetic for sure. And so diabetics often struggle to regulate blood sugars, and they go to the doctor, and the doctor puts them on medication, right? So, and medications can work short term. They certainly won't work long term. They're really a clue that if you're a type 1 diabetic, you're probably going to be regulating insulin through your doctor's care for the rest of your life. If you're type 2 diabetic or pre-diabetic, you can probably control a lot of your blood sugar levels and your insulin irregularity by learning how to eat right. And we're going to talk about that. It's so critical because developing good eating habits will help you be more physically active. You'll look better. You'll be stronger. You'll be more confident. You'll show up in life in a totally different way because you feel good, right? And so you feel good. You look good. Was that Fernando Lama said, it's better to look good than to feel good, right? Well, the reality is we want to look good and we want to feel good. And so this eating pattern of just eating whatever we want, whenever we want, just because it tastes good, most of it's full of crap, right? It's sugar, salt, flour, heavy starches. Anyway, these foods our body doesn't really need very much of. And so guess what? It begins to store these extra carbohydrates in our fat storage cells throughout our body. And so many of us, when we gain weight, we carry that weight around the middle, that midsection. Some of us actually even carry it in our face, our legs and hips. And it's that visceral fat, that fat around the middle that becomes so unhealthy. And that's what we want to try to help you today begin to regulate, because as you begin to learn and develop some new habits, and those habits are simply eating every 2 to 3 hours, a balance of healthy, dense protein, carbohydrates from plants and fruits and things like that are healthy for us, not from sugar, not from refined processed foods. But by eating every 2 to 3 hours, you begin to regulate your blood sugars. And when you do that, you begin to regulate that insulin level. See the chart over there? Oh, I get confused. So over there, as you begin to regulate your insulin level, your body can begin to burn fat for energy rather than store it. Okay? So it's not just all about what you eat, but it's also the frequency of what you eat. Now, if you're eating a donut every 3 hours, which is high glycemic, then you're not going to regulate your you're not going to regulate your insulin level. Okay, so but what we want to do is we want to learn how to eat every 2 to 3 hours, things that help you regulate that insulin level. And some of the best ways to do that, I'm going to flip over here for a second. One of the best ways to do that is to come up with a really simple to follow meal plan. Because if it's complicated, if it's lots of meal prep, probably do that short term, but probably won't do that long term. And in this world where we go out to eat a lot, we're choosing a lot of the wrong kinds of foods. So as we begin to work with our clients, especially coming into January, as people are trying to lean out for summertime, what do they say? You lose weight during the winter so that you can wear the bikini in the summer, right? Or swimming suit in the summer. And so we help our clients. So we've helped over 30,000 people over the course of our 18 years of coaching. We've individually coached almost 2,000 people between Denise and I. And we help people learn how to develop daily healthy habits that lead to them being healthy long term. But we're going to talk a little bit about what a meal plan would look like for somebody who's wanting to lose 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 pounds. And it's pretty darn simple. Okay. And you're going to go, wow, why didn't you share this with us already? I think I have. But the reality is we want to teach people how to eat every 2 to 3 hours. So how do you do that? Well, if you're looking to lose weight and you're looking to reach a healthy weight long term and keep the weight off, initially, you're going to have to change what it is you do today in order to live a healthier life tomorrow. And so it's really simple. If you're wanting to lose weight, you eat one healthy lean and green meal. That's lean protein and non-starchy vegetables, about 5 to 7 ounces of lean protein, and a cup and a half of non-starchy vegetables. Lettuce, tomatoes, and cucumbers, and mushrooms, and asparagus, and broccoli, and cauliflower, and cabbage, and the list goes on and on. But you're going to stay away from, at least while you're wanting to lose weight, stay away from the heavy starchy vegetables and a lot of the vegetables that have sugar in it. Peas, corn, carrots, potatoes, onions, edamame, Brussels sprouts. Actually, Brussels sprouts aren't really the issue other than they are very low in fiber, and our body needs more than that to burn fat. So by eating 5 to 7 ounces of lean protein and a cup and a half of non-starchy vegetable, that's one meal out of the 6 meals that you're going to eat. So we call it the 5-in-1 meal plan. The other 5 times a day, what we want you eating is about 100 calories every 2 to 3 hours, a balance of protein and carbohydrates. So if you're using whole foods, that might be a small yogurt with a couple of strawberries, or it might be a handful of nuts. Again, nuts can be a problem if you're only eating a small handful, about a half an ounce of nuts, that would be okay. And we have a complete list of healthy, whole foods, 100-calorie options that you can do. We have just found that sometimes is too difficult. We don't usually stock a lot of those things in our refrigerator and pantry, do we? All right, we run short on those, and that's what we get into trouble. We didn't plan, so when we go through the drive-thru and grab something we shouldn't. So Denise and I, we have developed, along with thousands of other coaches around the country, really a program created by Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. And the other 5 times a day, you're eating 100 calories. And the best way to do that we have found is a fueling. I should have had my props for today. So a fueling is 100 calories. It's could come in the form of a protein bar, a protein shake. It could be a cup of soup. It could be a little bit of oatmeal. We have about 70 different flavors of fuelings that you can purchase as part of this meal plan. And by having 100-calorie fueling, you're getting about 10 to 14 grams of protein. You're getting all the vitamins and minerals you need. You're getting a probiotic in those 5 fuelings. And also in those fuelings, you're getting a balance of protein and carbohydrates. So you need the carbohydrates for energy. You need the high protein to hang on to muscle mass. But by eating 100 calories every 2 to 3 hours in these fuelings and one lean and green meal, your body will burn fat for energy because you're regulating your blood sugars, you're regulating your insulin levels, and you're eating nutrient-dense foods. So they're not high in carbohydrates, they're not high in fat, they're not high in salt, they're not high in sugars. They are balanced nutrition in 100 calories. I kind of feel like I'm an astronaut, right? I'm getting good, healthy foods, and I'm not spending a lot of time preparing it. For less than what we currently spend on a Starbucks and a Subway sandwich, you can purchase these 5 fuelings in one of our meal plans. I'm not pitching that you do that. If you're looking for maybe the easy button and you want to follow a simple, proven meal plan, then you might want to consider that and reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to help you. But we have lots of great resources on just simply eating whole foods healthy. And but we have found that sometimes when people begin to diet on their own, and they diet in the dark, and the first time there's an event that comes up, or a wine tasting, or somebody invites you to dinner or over to their house, your nutrition plan gets thrown out the window, right? And so what we really want to advocate for you this morning is how to turn your body into a fat-burning machine. So that simply is eating 100 calories every 2 to 3 hours, balancing proteins and carbohydrates at every 3-hour period, whether you do that with whole foods or you do it with one of our fuelings. And then once a day, you eat a good, healthy, lean and green meal. If you think about 6 ounces of cooked chicken, that's a lot of chicken. If you look at 7 ounces of cooked shrimp, that's about 12, 13, maybe even 14 pieces of those large shrimp that you get in a restaurant. If you're eating a small steak, it would only be 5 ounces, right? But then you get a cup and a half. So think about it. If you're doing 6 ounces of chicken and a cup and a half of broccoli, by the time you're done, you're full and you're satisfied and you're not stuffed, and you have enough energy to regulate you for the next 3 hours. So I think it's so critically important to learn healthy eating habits. So if you need any help, feel free to reach out to Denise and I, but really think about incorporating small, healthy meals every 2 to 3 hours. So I'm gonna just kind of talk a little bit about something we really work with our clients on when we're working one-on-one with them, and that is to help them understand their TEE, their total energy expenditure, which means what are the number of calories, obviously healthy calories, that I need to consume in order to maintain a healthy weight long term. This is a really simple formula. It's not overly scientific, but we've tried to keep it simple because if it's overly complicated, you won't do it, right? So the other part of this is understanding what are the number of calories you need to eat in order to maintain your current healthy weight. So let's say you've lost some weight, you've gotten down to 150 pounds, and that gives you a healthy BMI of around 24 or below. 24.9 or below would be considered a healthy body mass index. That's not the only measurement, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So take your current weight that you want to maintain times 11, which is 11 calories per pound, And that's the number of daily calories that you should be consuming in order to maintain that weight long term. Might be a little more, might be a little less, but start with the 11 calories per pound formula. And then as you're regulating your intake, then the more physically active you are, you're going to add more calories. And again, nutrient dense calories, high in protein calories. Not filling it full of sugar or drinking 3 glasses of wine every day. Those are empty calories. All right. Our body, it doesn't serve us very well. But as you become active, then you can and should be adding healthy, high dense, nutrient dense calories. So if you go from not being active at all to being slightly active, maybe you're exercising Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you're exercising for about an hour a day and you're burning, 2, maybe 300 calories. Guess what? We want you to add those calories back in. Your body needs it in order to keep up with your new activity level. It's just like putting gas in your car, right? If you're going to go on a long trip and you need to put gas in the car. So when you're going to be more physically active, you need to put more nutrient dense calories, fuel for your body to make up for that activity. So then if you start, becoming a little bit more active, you start getting into the gym and you're starting to lift some weights, and maybe you're doing a spin class, or maybe you're, working out for an hour to an hour and a half, and you're starting to feel really good. Guess what? Then you get to add another 250. So now you've added 500 calories. So if we had 1,650 and we've added 500 calories, guess what? Now we're eating 2,150 calories on average every day to maintain that 150 pounds, and build strength, add muscle, lean out, and get healthy. So we're advocating you're eating right, drinking right, getting enough water, and becoming physically active, right? We all know that's the magic formula. And then if you start really like training as an athlete and you're, spending an hour and a half to 2 hours in the gym, and you're just really super active, or you're doing a high activity sport like soccer, pickleball for hours on end, right, Denise? So in that case, you would add another 250 calories because you're working out a little bit more intensely, a little bit more regular. And so to maintain 150 pounds and become physically active and build strength, you're going to be eating around 2,400 calories. And so what I want you to really begin to think about is, how much gas do I need to put in my tank in order to do the things that I want to do and enjoy doing? And if we're just sitting on the couch eating bonbons, ice cream, and popcorn, that's not probably going to get us to our ultimate healthy goal weight. That's not going to get us to the lifestyle that we want. These are simple things that anybody can do. Eat every 2 to 3 hours, drink water, get a good night's rest, and become more physically active. Let's get your booty out and let's get moving, right? So this is so important in order to keep your body burning fat rather than storing it. So just for example, 100 extra calories that you consume, let's say your body uses 50 of those and the other 50 is not necessary and your body stores it, all right? 50 calories. So that means at the end of the year, you're going to be 5 pounds heavier than you are today, right? So if you do that for 10 years, then you're going to find yourself 50 pounds overweight 10 years from now, and all you did was eat 100 extra calories that your body doesn't really need or use very efficiently. So it doesn't take much to gain weight, but it also doesn't take a lot to lose weight and stay healthy. But you have to take action. So just a couple of, I want to inspire you a little bit. So I grabbed some pictures. I think I shared this particular slide a few weeks ago as we were getting into the new year, and I wanted to kind of make note. So right over there in the middle top row is my before and after picture. I lost 85 pounds 18 years ago by doing what I just talked about. I turned my body into a fat burning machine, and in 19 and a half weeks, I lost 85 pounds. And 18 years down the road, I'm still at a healthy weight. Now, it's still a challenge. We still, there's still a lot of life that goes on, but each and every day we are focused on what do I need to eat to keep up with my current energy level. Also on the top row, far right-hand side, there's Denise, who lost about 25 pounds, and it made a significant difference for her. So we've lost over 110 pounds between the two of us. I know Denise, she's 4'11", and at 4'11", 25 pounds is significant. That's like somebody at 6 foot losing about 80 pounds, right? So again, I would just encourage you that you can make a difference in your health and actually the health of your family by learning how to incorporate many of the things that we've been talking about. We have thousands of healthy lean and green recipes. Remember that lean and green recipe that I was talking about? Well, at its basic level, it could be chicken and broccoli. It could be shrimp salad. It could be a small steak with asparagus, right? That's at the basic level what a lean and green meal is. But we have some amazing recipes that we would be more than happy to share with you. So feel free, if you're looking for good, healthy recipes, to reach out and let us know. We'll send you. We actually have an ebook with some recipes, and we have a Pinterest page with thousands of recipes. So lots of great things. But I wanted to just share with you that most people that follow this, what I call 5-in-1 meal plan, will lose. Again, everyone's different. Okay. On average, most women will lose about 10 to 12 pounds in the first month of doing this, and then about 8 to 10 pounds a month after that. Men lose a little bit more than women. Sorry about that, ladies, but God created men with a little bit more muscle mass, so we lose weight a little quicker. We also tend to eat a little bit more protein, and so that can help as well. But the reality is, even if you lose 5 pounds a month, think about 10 months down the road, that's 50 pounds. So it doesn't take a lot to improve your life in such a meaningful way. We love helping people do that, and we have a simple to follow meal plan for, less than, a Starbucks and a Subway sandwich and a bag of chips, around $15 a day for our meal plan. And I would just encourage you that if you're at that spot, maybe you've been working out in the gym for the last 24 days because you made that New Year's resolution that you're going out to the gym and you're going to burn it off and work it off. Have you stepped on the scale? Is that showing you the results that you're looking for? It may be that you don't have your nutrition in check with the nutrition that you have. You can't outrun your fork. If you go out and you go to the gym and you work out and you burn 400 calories, but then you go right out to Five Guys and get a burger and fries and say, man, I had a good workout, I deserve it. And you go eat 1,700 calories, all right, 1,700, it just means you just put 1,200 extra calories in your body. Your body's going to store it and you won't lose weight. We have a good friend of ours, a client, actually a pickleball player that plays with Denise, a good friend, Kendra Walker, down in Modesto, California. She was working out in the gym almost every day for a year, and she lost a single pound, just 1 pound. Felt better, obviously, for sure, but only lost 1 pound. She began following our plan and program, and in the next year, she had lost over 80 pounds and built strength, condition, and plays pickleball like a nut, right? So the reality is you may need to have some support and some adjustment, and I would just encourage you to really think about how you can do that in the coming year. So just a couple of things. So stop dieting, start fueling. Think of it that way. I'm not dieting. I'm not restricting calories. I'm fueling my body with what it needs. And so we're not diet coaches. We're optimal health coaches. We help people balance in all of those key areas. Remember the chart that I showed you about the cycle of health? Well, that's what we're talking about, is how to improve your health over time. I want to give something away today. So I'm going to give a couple of things away. First off, we have an amazing ebook called Stop, Challenge, and Choose. Okay. It's a really great tool and system. I think the ebook is about 150 pages. You can download it today, right now. If you go to ebook.yourweeklyfocus.com, put in your name, email address, and hit download, and it'll immediately give you the download. And then you can save it to your computer or phone. It's an amazing ebook. It was written by my friend, 10th board certified critical care physician in the country, Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. He's been the leader in nutritional intervention for over 20 years. He's a good friend, happens to be my personal coach. I'm honored to share this ebook with you. So please go to ebook shop.yourweeklyfocus.com. Get this ebook, compliments of Denise and I and Dr. Anderson. He wants to make sure that you have it. So that's a great resource for you. But I wanted to share with you, so in addition to the ebook, I want to also offer, if something I've said has inspired you and encourages you to reach out, feel free to reach out to us. You can reach out to me by going to russ@russmccann.com. That's my email address. You can also comment anywhere on social media and get a hold of me by messaging me privately. And if you are ready to get started, so here's offer number 2, and that is Denise and I will open up our wallet and we're going to give you an extra $50 towards your meal plan. In addition to that, we're going to offer $115 off. It's almost a free week's worth of fuelings on our plan. It'll include free shipping, everything you need to get started, and we're going to come alongside you. We're going to provide you free health coaching. We're going to put you in our free 7-day fat burn blitz to give you the first 7-day jump start. And then we're going to work with you each and every week from that point on to help you develop a lifestyle, lose the weight, and get healthy. So feel free to take advantage of that. You know, we don't have unlimited funds, but we've set aside some money for you. And so Denise and I are kicking $50 out of our wallet to make sure that you have a jump start. Because when you think about it, even without any incentives or anything like that, less than $15 a day, you can get healthy. And I bet you between the groceries that you're spending and the little fast food stops and the stops to the mini mart gas station or whatever, when you really think about all the things that we put in our mouth, the average American spends between $25 and $35 a day. And for $15 a day, you can get healthy and plug into an amazing community. We have thousands of people in our private Facebook group, all sharing recipes, all inspiring each other. And it's just awesome. So I would encourage you, if you would like to get started today, feel free to reach out. It's an amazing time to focus on health. I know it's cold in many parts of the country. There's a lot of things that you can do right there in your living room. Eat right, become more physically active, drink water, and get a good night's rest, and let your body get into fat burn. And now that you've turned yourself into a fat burning machine, just think about where you're going to be come summer and at the end of the year. So with that, I'd like to say thank you for joining me. Feel free to drop in some comments, reach out if we can help you in any way. And with that, you guys have an amazing week. And until next week, next Friday at 10 o'clock, remember, it's never a great day to start a diet, but today is a great day to create the daily habits that lead you forward. So with that, you guys have a great week.